Morning everyone. So, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, let's begin the first chapter of our English grammar, that is sentences and phrases. You all have the basic knowledge about sentences and phrases, but today I will tell you something more about sentences and phrases, how you can use them in your daily life. So, let's begin. Sentences. A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense by itself. So, this is the definition of sentences. What do you understand by that? So, you can say that a sentence is a group of different types of words that may be a noun, pronoun, verb, objects, etc. So, if they are arranged in a proper sequence and make a complete meaning, then and then only we can say that it is a sentence. Okay, some examples are: John works hard. I like to read books. So, some special features about sentences, we can say that a sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. It begins with a capital letter. Children, whichever type of sentences are you writing, but the thing is that all sentences must begin with a capital letter. It ends with full stop. If it is a simple sentence like declarative or any type of statement, then it completes with a full stop. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark we use when the sentence is exclamatory sentence, or whenever we ask something to someone about something. Say for an example, a question, right? To ask your name, to ask for the place, any address, XYZ. Then we use a question mark at the end of the question, end of the sentence. So, what do you think? Let's go ahead. Parts of sentence. Any sentence is made up of mainly two parts. First is subject and another is predicate. What do you mean by subject? A subject is the first part of a sentence that tells us what a sentence is about. According to my view, and most probably, the sentence is noun or pronoun. A subject may be a group of nouns, anything, but whosoever the doer of action is there, that is considered as a subject. The predicate. The predicate is the second part of a sentence that says something about the subject. Say for an example, Roma reads a book. So here, what do you think? Who is the doer of action? Roma. Yes, you are correct. Why Roma is doer of action? Because which type of activity is going on? Reading a book, right? Who reads a book? Roma. So, here Roma is the doer of sentence, and that is why we consider her as a subject. Reads a book. Reads a book, that is predicate. That means it tells you about the subject. Some features about subject and predicate. Subject is always a noun or pronoun or group of words that does the work of a noun. As I told you earlier, the old palace is considered haunted. All the boys are in the ground. So here you can see that the old palace. Old is an adjective. Palace is a place. But here we consider the bold letter words as a whole subject. All the boys. There is not a single boy. There are group of boys. All the boys are in the ground. So, about predicate. The predicate may consist of one word or several words with the essential means important, word being a verb. For example, my dress is beautiful. Here, you can see that The sentence is about my dress. So we can say that my dress is a subject. So dress is there. But what more about the dress? My dress is beautiful. So is beautiful is added to the meaning of the dress as it considered the predicate. The verb is essential word in the predicate. Some exercise about subject and predicate. Meena has come first in the race. So here, who is the doer of action? Yes, Meena. And has come first in the race is predicate. Lazy boys come last. Lazy. Lazy is an adjective. But for what we have used lazy? That is boys. So lazy boys, here we will consider whole as a subject. Lazy boys come last. The sun rises in the east. As we all know, the sun. Why the has been added here? Because the sun is a natural thing, and that is why sun, moon, any river name, there we are using the article the. So the sun is the doer of action. Subject rises in the east, that is predicate. So rest all are like this only. You can see. So do this exercise once in your notebook. I hope that this will be helpful to you. Now the next topic is object. What do you mean by object? Yes, as subject, verb, extra words are important for a sentence. Same way, an object is also essential for the sentence. According to my view, object is a word which receives the action done by the subject, or we can say doer of action. I would like to give you one example. Neha eats a mango. I repeat, Neha eats a mango. So here who is the doer of action? Yes, Neha. Because Neha is doing the activity of eating a mango. Now, what does Neha eat? I repeat, what does Neha eat? Right, a mango. A mango is an object which receives the action done by Neha. So we can consider a mango as an object. Now, whenever an object is essential to complete the meaning of a sentence, there we consider the verb as a transitive verb, and where an object is not necessary, there we say the verb is intransitive. There are mainly two types of object. First is direct object, second is indirect object. Now, how to classify between direct and indirect object? By asking a question with what to the subject, we can get direct object. Right? As I told you, Neha eats a mango. If I ask, what does Neha eat? And I am getting the answer, a mango. So, a mango is a direct object. Right? Now, I gave my pen to Hari. I repeat the sentence. I gave my pen to Hari. Now, I am asking a question by using whom. Whom did I give my pen? I repeat, whom did I give my pen? So, I will get the answer Hari. So, when we ask question with whom to the subject and we get the answer, that time the word is said to be indirect object. Right? So, to find out direct object, use the word what. To find out indirect object, use the word whom. So, such a way we can get direct object and indirect object. There are some examples. I throw a ball, direct object. I sing a song, direct object. You should learn swimming, should learn what? You. Doer of action? Swimming. Swimming here is considered as object. What should you learn? Swimming. Got answer? And that is why swimming is a direct object. Got it? Okay. Let's move to next exercise. Circle the direct object and underline the indirect object, if any, in the following. There may be possibility you may get direct object or indirect object, and sometimes it may possible that you do not get any object in the word, but you cannot say that it is not a sentence. A sentence can be with or without any object. So first, I bought a cycle for my brother. So here you can find that there is a direct object, that is a cycle. What did I bring for my brother? You get the answer, a cycle, and that's why it is a direct object and you have to do circle. The teacher told them a story. What did the teacher tell them? You will get the answer, a story. So here two objects are there, direct object and indirect object. You will also get the answer by asking whom. Whom did the teacher tell a story? You will get the answer, them. And that is why there are two objects available in the same sentence. A story, direct object, them, indirect object. As you can examine in the first sentence also, I bought a cycle for my brother. Please buy me a school bag. Me, indirect, underline, a school bag, circle. She gave a good advice. What did she give? You will get the answer, a good advice. So, an object may be she gave him a gift. Him, indirect object, a gift, direct object. You can do the rest exercise by yourself. Don't see the answer. First write in the notebook and check yourself. Next topic is the compliment. When you appreciate someone by speaking some good words, they're considered as a compliment. Say for an example, the baby was alert. Second, you are so active. She looks very pretty. So here, very pretty, silent, active, these all are considered as a compliment. Here exercise is there for circle the compliment, if any, in the sentences. Juhi acted well. Now, you can say that, how did Juhi act? You will get answer well. So, well is said to be compliment. The man seems tired. How does the man seem tired? Mrs. Sharma is very ill. How is Mrs. Sharma? Sorry, my mistake. How is Mrs. Sharma? You will get the answer very well. So this is said to be a compliment for Mrs. Sharma. So compliment may be positive or negative. That may be a one word or a group of words. But you can say that some words which adds to the meaning of the sentence can be considered as the compliment. Here is the rest exercise for compliment. You can go through it and write the answer in your copy. I hope that you have enjoyed the session. We will meet with some new topics tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself and do needful exercise for your learning. Thank you very much.